Hey YouTube, this is Southern Purple 1 and welcome to Boots on the Ground. If you have anything you could add, send it to southernpurple1 at yahoo.com. Southern Purple 1, just the number 1 at yahoo.com. Let's get right into it. Our small business of the day is really not a business, but they offer a very free service. It's called survivaltribenetwork.com. I'll put the link in there for you. Basically what it is a place where you can go. You don't have to put a ton of information. You do need to put the city where you want to deal with people. You can make up your own name, username, and it's a place to make contacts. I know a lot of preppers are scared to do something like this, but I can assure you that you need to find like-minded people in your area, and this is a good way to do it. So go check them out and try to make some connections. That's going to make the biggest difference. Having an extra year's supply of food is great, but having a group of people that you can rely on is more important. This is from Eastern Oklahoma. Walmart had a good supply of eggs, but no price posted, no salted butter. Food area was very busy. The rest of the store, very light shopping. I knew this day was going to come. A friend was out overnight and had someone come and steal some chickens. So it was probably someone they knew. So we're going to have to change your OPSEC, operational security. Trust who you tell, that you have chickens or have valuables. And you're probably going to have to keep someone at your property all the time in the near future just to stop people from stealing from you. This is from Iowa, northern Iowa, that biodiesel plant that caught fire exploded in a huge fireball. No one died. There were some people injured. So I think it took waste shingles, roofing shingles, and turned it into biodiesel. But it was definitely, it looked like a total loss. The National Defense Authorization passed, I think it was 350 to 80 in the House, and that way they can fund the military. Also, part of that was taking away the jab requirement. So if the president signs it, I think at 30 days, and then the Army will and the military will rescind having to have this. So that you could stay in. I think their direct result was that they got everyone that was going to get it that's already in the military service, and they're having a huge difficulty getting new recruits. They say it's because of this, and it probably is, but it's also because people do not want to serve in this woke military. This person said their favorite lunch meat, deli ham, was $5 a week before, then it went up to $5.99, and today it is $6.99. So you have a $2 increase. It's about 30%. That is crazy. This person works for Mitchell, Gold, Bob, and Bob Williams. It's an upscale furniture company. They've been in business 25 years, and they just sent out an email laying off a ton of people right before Christmas. The average price of gasoline in the U.S. is lower than it was a year ago, so that's moving in the right direction. After many months of elevated prices marked by the Russian invasion of Ukraine, that's the reason they're giving, the country average price for a gallon of gasoline stood at $3.33 on Thursday, just under $3.34 the same time a year ago. This is from Kansas City. A friend was at the grocery store and saw an armed guard patrolling the meat department. She has never seen this before and was shocked. We're going to become just like a lot of other countries. You have to hire your own private security inside your business to protect yourself, your supplies, your things for sale, and your customers. This person said the little buddy heaters are excellent little heaters, and I agree with that. I went to Wally World to get some 1-pound cylinders, but they were out, so I went to the farm store. As I was walking back, I could see a whole rack of the Mr. Buddy heaters, the small and the large ones, but when I got there, they only had one pair of propane bottles for $16. That's unbelievable. $16 for those two little green propane bottles. They had no gas. They had a lot of heaters, but no gas. Luckily, I have an adapter so I can fill the small ones, and that is good. This is from another grocery store. It's mostly full with a few holes in inventory, but prices are escalating. I overheard a worker at Kroger on the phone telling someone how hard it is to get things to fill the shelves. And he said that this is nothing because next year it will be much worse. Yesterday, I left a 40-pound bag of chicken layer at Walmart at the counter when it rang up 17 bucks. Walmart chicken and dog feed is generally subpar, but has gone too high in pricing than Tractor Supply. While I was standing in line waiting for my turn with the cashier, I couldn't help but notice a young couple with their 2 little girls ahead of me. They were buying a dozen eggs, a pound of bacon, and a cart full of donuts, cookies, sugary juices, sugary cereals, chips, and other junk. Not only is this processed junk way more expensive than basic staples, but it's unhealthy. It saddens me to see people feed this junk to their kids. Hopefully, the coming food crisis will wake people up to start growing their own and buying healthier food. When it was my turn to check out, the elderly cashier remarked about how healthy my food was and asked me what was I going to do with the turkeys. I explained I was going to pressure can them and store them because of the coming food shortage. She got all excited and asked me a bunch of questions about canning. She said that she is not working as much anymore and would like to start prepping as well. She said that all the workers at Walmart are preparing as much as they can because they are seeing what is happening to our food supply. And she asked for my number so she could talk to me about canning. I gave her my number and I told her that my boss and other calls me with questions as well. I would be happy to help her. A friend of mine inherited 2 high-quality canners when his father passed away, and he gave them to me a few months ago. I told my husband that the universe will bring some people into our lives who will express a need, and we will gift them out. I already have a large and a small All-American, so I don't need the others anyways. I'm excited to be able to help others prepare and become more independent of the system. I live in Rhode Island and am a club member of the BJ's Club. They now have posted a sign limiting all members to 2 egg units per visit. This is the first time I've seen eggs being limited here in Rhode Island. This person lives in Washington, and most of the time, every week I shop at Fred Meyer's. The intern time before this, when I was not there, they installed security on all the carts. So basically there's a tag with a picture on it, and one of the wheels has some type of device on it. So I guess if they get too far away from the sensor, this wheel will lock up and someone cannot steal their cart. They'd have to, lift that wheel up or pull it or carry it. Just sign of the times. This person says, I work at a nuclear power generating station. We were informed today the plant has received threatening letters in the mail regarding their switch and transfer yards. With the recent events of the Carolinas, they are going to increase security because they are worried. As you probably heard, there's been other attacks on the grid. I don't know if they're just pure vandalism or if the intent was to harm the grid for a political statement. I don't know that, but just keep preparing as we always are. If you notice that the Russian media made fun of our prisoner swap on national television. They were saying that we left our Marine and we took a basketball player. For the first time in decades, the cost of food has become a major issue in America. If rapidly rising prices are not a problem for you, then you should be very thankful because most of the country is really hurting right now. The cost of food has been going up much faster than our paycheck throughout 2022. And this week, the Walmart CEO publicly admitted that double-digit price increase for packaged foods are going to be with us for a while. This is a crisis that isn't going away, and as you will see below, it appears that things will only get worse for 2023. Also, it was reported that 69% of shoppers say they are struggling to pay their grocery bills every month because of the high inflation. And 83% currently rely on some form of coupons or loyalty programs to put food on the table. The USDA projected that the upcoming orange harvest in Florida will be the smallest since 1943. Orange juice futures are definitely going up because there's definitely going to be a limited amount of oranges to turn into orange juice. As Americans on the bottom level of the economy pyramid become increasingly desperate, we are seeing a very alarming spike in retail theft. And this was said by the Walmart CEO. He says it's getting so bad that they're seeing an uptick in shoplifting that could lead to higher prices and closing stores if the problem persists. They said they're putting in safety and security measures, but it's not going to help totally. I have a friend that has a one-person business making jewelry and other crafts. Last weekend was our hometown Christmas market. It is a big deal for local businesses and lots of fun. This friend said that she only did half of the sales she did last year. So definitely people are seeing in their small businesses a huge decrease in people purchasing from them. And this is totally because people have to buy food, gas, electricity, and there's not a lot of extra money left. While on a shopping trip today with my sister in southwestern Pennsylvania, we experienced an announcement of an immediate store closure at the Dollar General store by the manager while we were at the checkout counter. She was frantic and apologetic while rushing to lock the front door, saying that the delivery truck was out back and they had no choice but to close the store while she and the cashier will have to unload the truck. She was saying that they have a lot of ice cream on there, and if she doesn't do it now, they could lose it. So just having not enough workers is definitely affecting everything, just causing a lot of people to have a lot of stress. More than a third of Kansas and a fifth of Oklahoma will remain under an exceptional drought this winter, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor. Extreme areas needing lots of rain. This is a good report. Price of gas at the Sam's Club in North Texas was $2.44, so not bad for that area of the country. The latest $275 million package of aid for Ukraine will include ammunition for the high mobile artillery rocket systems, 80,000 more 155 millimeter artillery rounds, counter unmanned aerial systems, counter air defense, and on and on. Ambulance, medical equipment, 150 generators, and other field equipment, according to the Defense Department. I truly believe a lot of this stuff is being drawn down to dangerous low levels if we have to fight a war. If we have to fight a two-front war, the things we gave away will play the difference of success or failure. If we have to fight China and Russia, we will be in serious trouble. My sister-in-law's brother owns his own construction business. He was told this week concrete is going up to $200 a cubic yard. It is now $125 a cubic yard. He lives 35 miles south of Dallas. That's a huge increase. I don't know the reasons why. Is it transportation? Is it raw materials? But going from $125 to $200 is going to be another really crippling nail in the construction fields. I'm in Maryland. I've attached a few photos from my Walmart trip. They have put men's socks and underwear behind glass under lock and key. I checked the women's department. This has not been done yet. In addition, the beans were mostly absent from the shelf. And she goes on and on, just explaining a lot of things are missing. Also, higher prices for a lot of things. Me and my wife are hanging by a thread. Nothing but bad news. Picked up a canned chicken last week, went yesterday, all gone. Glad I got a bunch earlier. I'm dealing with a degenerating disc, and I got denied again for disability. Putting that part in God's hands, I don't know what else to do. A lot of people are suffering. If you're able to help, please help. This is the Bank of America is charging each checking account a $12 maintenance fee if your account does not have $1,500 in it, or you do not get at least one direct deposit each month. I noticed this when I made a cash deposit at the ATM. I went inside the bank to ask why. The customer service person said it was the policy for the bank. I said I have been with this bank 24 years, and I didn't think it was fair. I am unemployed right now and cannot lose $12 a month. He reversed the charges for me, but it will happen again on January 8th. Hopefully, I will have a job before then. Ivory soap bars. They've been purchasing in the last 6 months, and they weighed some, and there's been a change. The older Ivory weighed 106 grams. The newer ones weigh 99 grams. The shape and size has changed as well, and this is in the Chicago suburbs. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Recently, I went to my neighborhood grocery store, Smith's. I normally shop at Costco or Sam's and only go to Smith if I need a specific item that I cannot find at Costco or Sam's. I was shocked to see the entire store change in a matter of weeks. The display counter for the meat section was replaced to a smaller size. The ones you see at our small deli market. The aisles used to be quite small, but now it's almost twice as big. I'm assuming to make inventory gaps less noticeable. I also noticed that some lights in the freezer section were off, but still had merchandise in it. The whole market was overhauled, but not in a good way. The floors looked horrible, as I could see where the fixtures used to be. Food shortage is real and here to stay. I doubt that the market would make drastic changes if it was just a short-term issue. I live in a large city on the Texas Gulf Coast. Our grocery store are Heb, Walmart, Sam's, Sprouts, and Nature's Groceries. I read reports of shoppers being rude and stressed out with their current situation. I've witnessed numerous acts of kindness towards other shoppers and me. Random shoppers have helped each other load heavy items in their cart, like 25 pounds of flour, buckets of kitty litter, etc. The aisles have been packed, but the majority of people are cordial and smiles are abundant. I'm a 69-year-old female and haven't felt the need of shopping with a buddy yet, but then I shop early. So that's awesome to hear good news. They also said we're experiencing the usual shortage and the increased price like everyone else, but you can still pretty much find what you need. I just got an email saying my electric bill is going up due to improvements in the system, another 7.3%. They also said the food situation in Denver, no tater tots, no eggs except a few cartons. The store's a mess. Produce looks horrible. Lots of stuff on sale, the clearance items. Their gas is about $2.89, but if you get next to the highway, it is $3.49. This is from North Carolina. Stores, a bunch of stores, were fined for price scanning errors. Most of the stores were either Dollar General and Walmart. Some of them had close to a 30% rate of overcharge. Personally, I haven't had seen a rate of 50% at Dollar General. North Carolina has cracked down a lot on this. I remember covering this a couple months ago. We live in the Southwest and have begun to see the efforts of the inflation, shrinkflation, and the anger that has transpired as a result. Nothing directed to my family, thankfully, but it is on the rise around us. I fear it's only a matter of time that someone in my family, internal or external, will come in contact with someone that has embraced the darkness creeping into our society. Buddy team, go armed, go during the daytime when there's plenty of light outside. This is from Raleigh, North Carolina. My mom used to be able to purchase new glasses for $100 at the eye doctor and have her insurance pay off the entire amount. But now that glasses have increased to $200 to the point she will be required to pay $100 after the insurance pays the first half. This person says, keep cash on hand as much as you're comfortable with keeping. I noticed the past few months the local Chase ATMs aren't as consistently stocked with cash. One morning, I had to go to 3 different ATMs before finding one that was operational. One local Chase bank near me closed, which shocked me because it's a pretty busy area with lots of businesses. Regardless of whatever crypto investments or bank account balance you have, you should have good supply of cash on hand. Your money can be turned off at any time. They also said the cold and flu medication availability in my area has changed. Cheaper store brands are few and harder to find. A 2-pack of a brand name liquid cold flu medication is $15. And to close it all out, the housing market is continuing to implode, marking a record drop in pending home sales last month and canceled deals and price cuts. There's around almost 500,000, 450,000 home buyers who owe more on their house than it's worth at the end of the third quarter. Of those, around 60% bought their homes in the first 9 months of 2022. In total, around 8% of mortgages taken out in 2022 are now marginally underwater, with another 20% having a low equity position. So really, a lot of people that bought their houses really early in 2022 paid top dollar for them, and as the prices are going down, they're underwater. So this is probably going to continue, and especially with the higher interest rates. So there you go. This is a little snapshot of what's happening in the United States around you. Just keep prepping. Don't worry about things you can't control. Thanks for watching.